If you're wondering if it's cold enough for soup, it is. It's time for Super Saturday. Hi everybody, it is Super Saturday and I am making my mom's, what I would call famous, but I don't know about that, bean and ham soup. I love this soup. It is so good. I have a pot here on my stove of boiling water. For those of you who haven't seen a video yet, I got a new camera and I'm in the process of learning. Once I learn, it's going to be good, but I apologize in advance if I have some out of focus shots. Anyway, I have a big pot of boiling water here and some bay leaves, salt, pepper, and I put 2 beef cubes in there. I do not have a ham bone. Usually we would have this like after Easter or holiday with the ham bone, but I don't have one. I just added my ham. Sorry I didn't get it on video. And I can't take it out. So, trust me, the chopped ham, half of that ham from Farmland I got is in there, 8 ounces. I'm going to put in 1 large, very large potato. I'm also going to put in about, I don't know, 20 carrots probably. Mini carrots, the little baby carrots. I'll put that in. And I'm going to put in that onion I chopped up fairly finely. Stir it a little. I have 2 cans of northern beans I'm going to add to my soup. I'm going to put the liquid in. I think it'll give it better flavor. And that is pretty much it. Salt, pepper to taste. I'm going to cook this until it's thick and delicious. And I'll tell you how long I cooked it. I'm guessing probably, if I'm going to leave it on the stove, 3 hours maybe on low. Somewhere in there. So, let's see how my soup turns out and how my videography is going. I'm sorry guys, I'm trying my best. I'm glad that you guys are all patient with me as I learn this, learn how to use cameras and computers and edit. It's a lot of fun for me though, so I'm glad everybody is nice about it. Okay, I'm gonna cook this and I'll be right back. Here is lunch. We will have this for 3 days. Again, a nice big pot of soup. People can have the oyster crackers, or there's some of this bread. What I did with it was put some butter on it and toasted it and put some everything but the bagel seasoning on it. That makes it really good. And there's plenty of carrots if anyone wants carrots. So that is lunch, actually my lunch, and I'm going to eat it right now. So I am making the corn chowder. I have put olive oil in my pan and onion and celery. I did not include celery in my original grocery list, but if you happen to have some in your freezer, throw it in. It's makes a good addition to your soup. So I'm going to just sweat. It's kind of a gross word, isn't it? Sweat out my onions and celery in a little olive oil, and I sprinkled some pepper on it. And then I will add my other ingredients. So I threw some garlic in there because why not? Why wouldn't you add garlic to anything? I love garlic. Well, I'm going to throw in my chopped carrots. This is where I love soup. It is packed full of veggies and you don't even notice for the most part. I'm going to throw in my potatoes. Still learning my camera, folks. I mean, that's nothing but healthy, huh? Oh, that's my banana muffins. I gotta take them out of the oven. Alright, it's looking good, isn't it? So now I'm gonna add my corn. You could use frozen or canned. I'm going to use canned, and I'm not going to drain it because it needs liquid anyway. I probably won't have to salt the recipe too much because of the salt from the corn, and it'll give it a nice flavor. Alright, I'm going to stir it. Woo, look at that. That looks so good. Alright. Now we have the rest of the ham that we didn't put in the bean and ham soup, and we have the rest of the cheese we didn't use on the tacos, and I'm going to add the rest of the shelf-stable milk, if I can show it to you. There it is. The rest of the shelf-stable milk, I'm going to add that, and I have 2 packets of bullion from some ramen. I don't know which recipe you'll see first, but I used the ramen in the Korean beef, but I didn't use the seasoning. So now I'm going to use the seasoning in my soup. Looks delicious. All right, I think I'll put the milk in. We'll start there. And I'll throw this cheese in. It'll melt nice. That's the rest of that Colby Jack. And I'm going to get the ham out and put the ramen seasoning chicken broth stuff in. I don't know, sometimes I just think it's almost too simple to make soup. Now I'm pouring in that ham, that other half a pound of ham that I had left, and then it says to add some water. I'm just filled up this milk container. I'm just pouring that in. The reason I did it that way, well, first I can rinse out the container, and since I added the bullion broth from the ramen, it's essentially chicken broth. That pretty much is my soup. Again, just let it cook. Your family will be so happy. And look at all the veggies you can sneak in them, and look at the gooey cheese and ham. I mean, you just cannot go wrong. I'm gonna let that cook on my stove on low for probably 3 hours. So this is my lunch today. It is the ham and corn chowder And anyone who wants to, they can have oyster crackers and some carrot sticks. And this will last 3 days. There's a huge pot of it.